Singapore, a city in nature, where inspiration flows in the air, where beauty follows you through every lane you visit. The city is a harmonious blend of modernity and nature, where towering skyscrapers stand next to lush green gardens, where colonial charm meets modern exuberance. It's so many cities in one, vibrant and futuristic yet calm and pristine. It's diverse, multicultural and sophisticated. It's just the perfect canvas for anybody looking to forge their love into forever. A place perfect for new beginnings. I didn't just travel in Singapore, I absorbed it, felt it, lived it. It inspired me to create a piece of art that resonates with the idea of this city. I thought of creating something fresh, something new, that would feel like wearing a dream on your big day, your new beginning. And I met my friend Tamannaah. She is natural in her beauty, but also constantly seeks to break barriers and push boundaries. That's something that I think is really inspiring and resonates with the spirit that I've been experiencing here in this city. She became the most ideal muse as I decided to explore Singapore and showcase my design.
As you land in Singapore, you are greeted with this amazing building called Jewel Changi.
Jewel Changi is really mesmerizing, especially the vortex.
When you look at this beautiful greenery and almost like all elements of nature coming together, whether it is sun, water, fresh air, lush green forest kind of vibe, and that is very much similar to the designs which I do. In my work also, what you discover often is a geometric idea which is interlaced with a strong flora and fauna.
It sets the tone pretty straight. It prepares you for the experience to come. The freshness, the nature, and the water.
The city is not linear in terms of surprising you. It keeps surprising you. It keeps giving you something new at every place you visit.
This is the picturesque Joo Chiat Street.
I'm always fascinated with architecture. And when you think of Singapore, you always think about tall skyscrapers, glass facades, modern buildings. Now this area is so beautiful. It has old charming heritage buildings and all protected in this region, which is really magical and beautiful. These houses, this architecture, small little lanes, they are preserved through time and can be really fascinating place for a bride and groom to have their photos done over here.
This would be the perfect space where the bride can really stand out wearing one of my creation, something like what we captured with Tamannaah. A small drive from there, you will arrive in a different world. Almost unbelievable that both of these places are in the same city. Glistening buildings, stores that look like art pieces, architecture that oozes modernity. This city is surprising.
We are at Art Science Museum, Singapore. The place is a must visit when you are in Singapore. This place transforms you into a different world. It brings a child within you. You play with forms, with colors, with nature and science here. As an artist, this place is so fascinating. The crystal universe, it somehow bends your mind. When you are there inside that, you feel like you are in a different space altogether, almost like outworldly experience.
That's something I look to do in my designs as well. The sense of transporting you to a whole other world of possibilities, to explore your imaginations. And that's something my brides love about my creations when they're beginning their new phase of life.
It's truly magical. that you're never far away from nature in Singapore. You're always in it. And Singapore is a city in nature.
Nature's wonders intertwine with urban innovation at Gardens by the Bay in Singapore.
I think for me personally, as well as for brands Rahul Mishra, nature has been one eternal inspiration. We love flowers, we love biodiverse places. Personally, I can spend hours observing one single flower. Nature has been a part of ongoing romance which our brand has, and I'm sure it's going to continue. When you're moving too fast, you miss out details which might be so beautiful, which might be life-changing for you. If you slow down, sit in a garden, observe a flower, it's going to make you feel great about life. When you're sitting here, all the skyscrapers, all the buildings vanish. There's a reason I say this place is really magical. It's something else in the day, it becomes completely different at night.
These magical super trees light up and illuminate the night sky. When you're in a space like this, you truly think about what is possible. I think that's what weddings are about, envisioning and celebrating a whole other magical world that awaits. It doesn't hurt that my creations photograph in a space that combines nature and technology like this so beautifully. What's a wedding without a little bit of fun? We decided to catch up and went to Smoke and Mirrors. Nestled in a heritage building, this place overlooks the iconic Marina Bay Sands and has a vibe of its own. The next morning, I decided to explore Sentosa. In Sentosa, I wandered around and lost myself in an absolutely magical corner of this lush tropical island. It has white sand beaches, lush green spaces, and beautiful luxury resorts. When I imagine my creations being worn by brides on their big day, inevitably the experience is always that magical combination of fantasy and nature. Later, I reached this magnificent structure that took me by surprise, the Sensoryscape at Sentosa. Sensoryscape is centered around your senses of sight, of smell, and of touch. It uses so many elements of nature to create this mystical experience. Something you will find very often in my designs as well. And as a matter of fact, increasingly this is how weddings are planned these days. And then when you look at structures like Sensoryscape, where there's a beautiful lattice pattern, beautiful geometric progression, which is also very prominent in my designs, you see that same combination of beautiful nature and what we are able to envision for ourselves. This is the perfect backdrop for us to showcase our inspirations together. She looks spectacular in this outfit and really personifies the dream Rahul Mishra bride. It has our iconic floral motifs, the classical shimmer elements, something brides would want to wear on their big day these days. My wonderful odyssey of Singapore was quite a journey. I discovered this amazing city and the many layers nestled within it. It's a city that is almost magical. Tall, magnificent, glistening skyscrapers vanish when you walk into nature. Its modernity, futurism blend seamlessly with its history, its culture. It's a metropolis that lives in nature. The city is a harmonious jigsaw of contradictions that make a beautiful canvas. A canvas that is waiting for couples to sketch their happily ever after on it. A canvas that is set to make their new beginnings extra special.